Hi guys, how you doing? Ross here. This is my first ever YouTube video. Cat's going crazy in the background, sorry about that. So hopefully it comes out alright. Hopefully you can hear me clearly. I do have a bit of a speech sort of impediment going on, so I'm hoping that's not picking up too much on the microphone. But recently I watched a video by a guy called Lex Marston. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Really sorry if it's not. Yeah, just basically expressing his experiences working for GameStop, which, if you live underneath a rock, is a large video game store in America and other countries. Canada, I believe, is one of the other ones. That basically sucks the life out of everybody. Get away from that. So basically, in Australia we have EB Games, Electronics Boutique, which is a direct offshoot of GameStop in America. And they have very, very similar practices. So a lot of things you see GameStop in America doing is pretty much going on in Australia as well, just under a different name. We actually take a lot of our, as I say we, I don't even work for EB Games anymore, but they actually take a lot of their policies and just general sort of training directly from GameStop. I vaguely recall seeing a couple of GameStop videos when I was training other staff and being trained myself. Sorry about that, I had to throw the cat out of here because it's driving me literally insane. So yeah, basically I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. I'm not terribly good at sort of talking to sort of running on a bit. That doesn't really make any sense, and I apologise for that. But I'd love to get some questions from you guys. Any sort of queries you had about, my experiences there. I did mention in my comments on Lex's video that I was a manager. I was a 2IC for a while as well, which is second in command. That's basically the way they sort of phrase it. And I resigned. It was a complicated situation. I was put into a position where I was asked to fire several members of my staff for various reasons, and I completely disagreed. They were performing really, really well, and I didn't have any problem with them. And again, they were my friends, so why would I fire them? But it was sort of implied that if I didn't, I'd find myself with diminished responsibilities and basically knocked back down to a lower level employee. And so I resigned. I did have another job sort of on the side, working with a friend of mine who actually runs a video store at the time. So I just sort of helped him out and got into that. So the reason why they wanted me to fire him, I know this is completely sort of random and I'm jumbling the sentence all around everywhere, but I apologise. They weren't happy with their appearance. Our store had a very strict dress code. It was basically business suits is what they wanted us to wear, or the EB equivalent of. We were a more rural store. We were operating not too far from Sydney, but far enough that it was considered rural, so like outer suburbs. I'm not going to say exactly where because for all I know, some of my old employees or bosses could be listening to this, so I really don't want that to come back to bite me in the ass. So yeah, I didn't agree with the whole policy of having to wear sort of suit and tie kind of apparel, and I wanted it to be more casual. I didn't want the customers to feel like we were con men, even though it sort of made me feel like that anyway. So I relaxed the uniform. Guys showing up in jeans and t-shirt, as long as it was fairly tidy, totally okay. Management didn't agree, upper management, and yeah, we sort of had this bit of a row about it that went on for several months. The other reasons why they wanted me to fire people is they had this policy, or at least they did at my store, I'm not sure if it's all stores, that if there's property going missing from the store, they assume it's in theft, and they suspected one of my staff. I didn't think it was them at all, but head management sort of says, this guy, get rid of him, and they told me straight up, like, find a reason to get rid of him. We don't really care what it is, as long as seems like a legitimate complaint. Get rid of him. We believe that he's behind this theft. So yeah, I didn't agree with that kind of attitude, the disposable sort of employee kind of attitude. But yeah, and I'm really sort of drowning this, kind of killing this this video, because yeah, as I said, this is my first ever video, so hopefully it's bearable. I am going to do a much longer follow-up video, hopefully about maybe an hour or so, where I do sort of go over a lot more of the kind of stuff that happened at EB Games while I was there. But yeah, first up, I'd just like to hear questions, comments, if there's anything I can sort of, I don't know, help you understand, or any sort of queries you had. Yeah, just leave a comment and let me know. But for now, I look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully my video is bearable. Thanks guys, see ya.